Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because today, we're uncovering one of the most unbelievable finds in modern coin history, the 2012 D-nickel. Now, you might be wondering, a nickel? How could a coin worth only 5 cents be worth millions? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the world of rare coins and discover how an unassuming nickel became one of the most valuable coins in circulation. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another 5-cent piece, part of the common coinage that everyone has in their pocket. It's been circulating for over a decade now, and most people just see it as pocket change. But in reality, it's so much more than that. This seemingly simple 2012 D-nickel, minted in Denver, has the potential to change your life, or at least your bank balance. Before we dive into the jaw-dropping worth of this coin, let's first talk a little about the background. The United States Mint first introduced the nickel in 1866, and since then, it has been an iconic part of the nation's currency. But by 2012, the design of the coin had remained relatively unchanged for years. The 2012 D-nickel, like other coins from that year, was a standard release, nothing out of the ordinary, or so we thought. Little did anyone know, something extraordinary was about to happen. Here's where it gets crazy. While most 2012 D-nickels are worth just 5 cents, there are a handful of these coins that were made with a mistake, and this mistake is what makes them so incredibly valuable. This mistake is known as a double die reverse error. Let me explain. Some of these 2012 D-nickels contain a unique error, a double die reverse error. Essentially, what happened was that the reverse side of the coin was struck twice by the die, creating a noticeable doubling effect in the design details. And while these errors may sound rare, only a few of these coins made it into circulation, and those are the ones that could fetch you a cool $19 million. To put it simply, the die used to strike the coin was slightly misaligned during the minting process. As a result, certain design elements, such as the Monticello building on the reverse and the lettering, appear blurry or doubled. It's a feature that's hard to miss when you know what you're looking for. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Error coins are incredibly rare by nature, and the more unique the error, the higher the value. Coin collectors know this well. But a coin like this 2012 D-nickel, one with such a striking and noticeable mistake, will attract the attention of some of the most dedicated and well-funded collectors in the world. In fact, in recent years, a handful of these error coins have been sold at auction for mind-blowing prices. The rarity of these coins, combined with the attention they've drawn in the coin collecting community, has made them one of the most sought-after pieces of modern numismatics. One auction even saw a single 2012 D-nickel with this error sell for a staggering $19 million, setting a new record for the highest-priced modern coin ever. And that's not just some random number. We're talking about a verified auction sale, with multiple bidders competing for this piece of history. That's how you know this coin is something special. It's not just about the rarity of the error, it's the uniqueness of the design, the exact nature of the doubling, and the sheer amount of demand among collectors that pushes the value to mind-blowing heights. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I spot this rare gem in my pocket change? Well, it's not as difficult as you might think. First, grab your 2012 D-nickel and start by examining the reverse side of the coin. Look closely at the word Monticello and the architectural details. On a normal 2012 D-nickel, the details should be crisp and sharp. But on an error coin, you'll see a doubling effect, especially around the word Monticello and the surrounding lettering. It's not just a little blurry, it's double the impact. And it's not limited to just the Monticello. Look at the date, the E pluribus unum, and other parts of the reverse. You might see multiple impressions in the design. Make sure to also check the E pluribus unum and other lettering on the reverse. If it looks like two layers of design are stacked on top of each other, you may have just found one of the rarest nickels in existence. Now, I know what you're thinking, this sounds a bit too good to be true, right? But trust me, the error is obvious once you know what to look for. You might even have one of these coins hiding in your collection, or better yet, in your spare change. Just imagine this: you could be carrying around a coin that's worth millions, and you wouldn't even know it unless you knew how to identify the error. So, let's make sure you're equipped with the knowledge to find these hidden treasures. Alright, now that you know what to look for, let's talk about the money. The 2012 D nickel with the double die error is one of the most coveted error coins out there. And the proof is in the sales. One of these nickels was recently sold for an eye-watering $19 million at an exclusive auction, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold in the modern era. Can you imagine the excitement of discovering something like this in your pocket change? A single coin, worth $19 million. It's the stuff of coin collector dreams. And the best part? You don't need to be a millionaire to find one of these coins. You could easily find one just by checking your spare change or browsing through old coin rolls. Think about it: you could be walking around with this coin in your pocket, and all it takes is a keen eye and a little knowledge to potentially cash in on a life-changing amount of money. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but when you find that needle, it's worth a fortune. For most of us, $19 million is more than just a life-changing amount of money, it's a dream. Imagine what you could do with that much. It's not just about buying a house or a car, it's about securing financial freedom, and maybe even changing your entire way of life. And that's why collectors and investors alike have been scouring coin rolls, estate sales, and even online listings, hoping to stumble across one of these rare, double die error nickels. The rarity of this coin, paired with the massive payout it offers, makes it one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. Coin collectors, treasure hunters, and investors alike are always on the lookout, which is why it's crucial for anyone interested in coin collecting to understand the value of error coins like this one. So, if you've got any 2012 D nickels lying around, it might just be worth taking a second look before you spend them. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you learned something new today. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for hidden gems in your pocket change. Next, 2015 P. Jefferson nickel: why this coin is worth millions. Hidden treasure in your pocket. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just a curious person who's ever wondered what treasures might be hiding in your pocket, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're talking about a coin that may just be worth millions of dollars, and it might be sitting in your change jar right now. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel and why it could make you a small fortune. Now, when most people think of coins, they probably imagine a few pennies, maybe some dimes. But the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel? Oh boy, that coin is something special, and it's worth so much more than just 5 cents. You might have seen these nickels in your pocket without thinking twice about them, but if you're lucky enough to have one of these rare specimens, you could be sitting on a fortune. In fact, this coin's potential value is more than just impressive, it's absolutely jaw-dropping. Let's start with the basics. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, is one of the most recognizable coins in the U.S. But did you know that the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel has some very unique qualities? It's not just a regular nickel, it has some rare and important features that make it stand out from the rest. The 2015 P was produced at the Philadelphia Mint and, as the name suggests, it has a P mint mark. That's right, this nickel was made in the same mint where the famous Liberty Bell and many other iconic U.S. coins were created. What's fascinating is that 2015 marks a unique year for nickels. This is because, for the first time since 1942, the Philadelphia Mint struck nickels with the P mint mark. And trust me, that little P makes all the difference. For decades, nickels minted in Philadelphia didn't bear the P mint mark, and this was a major distinguishing factor for collectors and investors. So, when the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel came out, it immediately caught the attention of those who knew its historical significance. But hold up. Let's talk about why this coin isn't just some ordinary nickel. The value of the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel has been going through the roof lately, and it's not just due to the rarity of the mint mark. Coin collectors and investors are paying big money for this particular coin. So, you might be wondering, what exactly makes this coin so valuable? It's not just the mint mark, but also its potential errors, the condition it's in, and its historical context. In the world of numismatics, these factors make it incredibly desirable. Now, let's talk value. This is where things get crazy. While the face value of the coin is still just 5 cents, due to its rarity and demand, the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel has been fetching prices well into the thousands, and sometimes even more. As the rarity of these coins grows and their value skyrockets, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a specimen that is in excellent condition. And here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. There have been reports of this nickel being worth as much as $88 million. Yes, you heard that right. $88 million. It might sound unbelievable, but it's true. And that's not a typo. This coin is valued so highly due to its combination of scarcity, historical significance, and the increased interest in rare coins. When you think about it, a single coin that costs 5 cents could turn into millions of dollars under the right conditions, but why would anyone pay millions for a coin that only has a face value of 5 cents? Well, for collectors, coin values are often determined not just by the materials the coin is made from, but by the rarity of the coin and the story it tells. Coins like the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel are considered important artifacts because of the unusual circumstances of their production and their connection to U.S. history. The 2015 P. Jefferson nickel is valuable because it represents a turning point in minting history. After decades of not using a mint mark on nickels from Philadelphia, the U.S. Mint decided to include the P on this batch of coins. This tiny mint mark alone makes the coin stand out in a sea of ordinary nickels. But it doesn't end there. This coin also has variations, errors, and specific traits that make it even more sought after. For example, certain 2015 P nickels might have small defects or oddities in the design, making them even rarer and more valuable to collectors who are on the lookout for the most unusual coins out there. So, how do you know if you've got one of these super valuable nickels sitting in your change jar right now? Let me break it down for you. The first thing you need to do is check for the mint mark. The 2015 P. Jefferson nickel will have a small P mint mark on the reverse side, just below the word Monticello. That's the key. That tiny P could be your ticket to a fortune. Once you found a 2015 P. Jefferson nickel, take a moment to carefully examine its condition. The value of a coin can vary dramatically depending on its grade, and coins that are in mint or near mint condition are the most valuable. So, what does mint condition mean? Well, it refers to a coin that has little to no visible wear, retains its original sharpness in the design, and has little to no surface damage. The less worn the coin, the more valuable it is. If you're unsure about the condition of your coin, there are plenty of guides online that can help you evaluate it. Another thing to keep in mind is that some 2015 P. Jefferson nickels might have been struck with unique errors or misprints. These error coins are highly prized because of how rare they are. Coins that have double strikes, off-center prints, or even strange patterns can be worth exponentially more than the typical example. If you're lucky enough to have a nickel with an error, you might have a real treasure on your hands. If you think your coin is special, the next step is to get it graded. Professional coin grading is crucial because it helps establish a coin's authenticity, condition, and value. Companies like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation are trusted experts in the field and can provide a detailed evaluation of your coin. Once your coin is graded, you'll have a much better understanding of how much it could be worth. Coins like the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel have even been sold at prestigious auction houses, with some of them fetching prices that might shock you. These auctions are attended by high-end collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who are willing to pay big money for the right coin. And when you have a coin that is as rare and valuable as the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel, the price can quickly escalate into the millions. You may be wondering, how can I get my hands on one of these rare coins if I don't already have one in my collection? Well, good news. You can find them in circulation, and many collectors still find these coins in their regular change. It's all about keeping an eye out for the 2015 P mint mark. You can also purchase these nickels through online coin dealers, auction websites, and other platforms that specialize in rare and collectible coins. So, could you be holding on to one of these rare 2015 P. Jefferson nickels? You never know until you check. Just remember, if you find one, you might want to get it evaluated by a professional to see if you've got a small fortune on your hands. Even if your coin doesn't reach the dizzying heights of $88 million, it could still be worth far more than 5 cents. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome videos on coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Who knows, your next video might just be about the rarest coin in your collection. Don't miss out on the chance to find your very own piece of history, and maybe even make a little of money while you're at it. Next, 1954 5-cent Jefferson Nickels USA coins today. If you're a coin collector or just someone who's curious about rare coins, today's video is for you. We're going to dive into the history and value of the 1954 Jefferson nickel. You might be surprised to find that this little coin, which is worth just 5 cents in face value, could be worth far more than you think. So grab a seat, and let's uncover why this nickel is a big deal in the coin world. Before we get into its value, let's take a quick look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. The design you see on the 1954 nickel has been around since 1938, and it features one of America's founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse. That's the front side of the coin. This portrait of Jefferson was created by the famous artist Felix Schlag and has become one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. Jefferson, as we know, was the third president of the United States and one of the key figures in the nation's formation. The depiction of Jefferson on the nickel is meant to reflect his role in shaping the country. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia, beautifully engraved to honor the man who was responsible for drafting the Declaration of Independence and making numerous contributions to American history. This design remained relatively unchanged for decades, and you'll find it on nearly every nickel from 1938 all the way through to today. Now, let's focus on the 1954 Jefferson nickel specifically. You're probably thinking, it's just another regular nickel, right? Well, not so fast. The 1954 nickel, like all coins from this era, was minted in one of 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The coins produced at these different mints had slightly different production numbers, which will play a big role in the value of your 1954 Jefferson nickel. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint generally don't carry a mint mark, while those from the Denver Mint are marked with a D, and coins minted in San Francisco bear an S. The 1954 S. Jefferson nickel is considered a key coin in the series because the mintage numbers from San Francisco were lower compared to the other 2 mints. That means fewer of these coins were produced, making them rarer and more valuable to collectors. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most 1954 Jefferson nickels are worth just 5 cents. That's the face value, and you can find plenty of them in circulation today. However, if you've got a rare version of the 1954 nickel, particularly one minted at San Francisco, you might have a coin that could be worth a lot more than that. The 1954 S. Jefferson nickel is considered a key date in the Jefferson nickel series, and here's why. The mintage for the 1954 S was relatively low, which means fewer of these coins were produced compared to others from that year. As a result, they are much harder to find today in great condition, which increases their demand among collectors. The rarer the coin, the higher the demand, and naturally, that drives up its value in the market. Let's break it down by value. The general 1954 Jefferson nickel, whether it's from Philadelphia or Denver, might only be worth a small premium over face value, usually around 10 to 25 cents in circulated condition. So, if you find a 1954 nickel that's been in circulation for a long time and shows signs of wear, you're probably not going to get much more than its face value. But if you have a 1954 S. Jefferson nickel in good condition, say, one that's graded AU or higher, it could be worth anywhere between $5 to $50, depending on its exact grade. Coins in mint state or those that are certified by professional grading services, like PCGS or NGC, can fetch even higher prices, reaching up to $88 or more. And the key here is condition. If you have one in uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a coin worth several $100s or more. That's because uncirculated coins are much rarer than those that have been worn down by years of use. When a coin is in pristine, mint-like condition, it's a lot more valuable to collectors who are looking for the highest quality specimens to add to their collections. So, how exactly do you determine if your coin might be one of those high-value rarities? First, it's essential to know what you're looking for. The mint mark is your first clue. If you have a 1954 S. Jefferson nickel, that's your starting point. However, even if you have one of these, the coin's condition will determine whether it's valuable. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear or discoloration, tend to fetch higher prices because they are considered more desirable in the marketplace. Next, we need to talk about the importance of grading. Grading is the process by which a coin's condition is evaluated and given a specific score based on its appearance. Professional coin grading services assign a number to coins based on their quality, and this grade can dramatically affect the coin's value. For instance, a 1954 S. Jefferson nickel graded MS-65 or MS-66 could be worth hundreds of dollars, while one in a lower grade like G4 might only be worth a few dollars, if that. To grade a coin, factors like wear, scratches, coloring, and mint luster are all taken into account. The higher the grade, the more money your coin is worth. Coins that show little to no wear, with their original shine intact, are considered to be in higher grades and, thus, more valuable. For example, a 1954 S. Jefferson nickel in mint state condition can be worth as much as $88 or even more, depending on market demand and collector interest. So, how can you spot a rare 1954 nickel in your collection? First, check the mint mark. If it's a 1954 S, you're already ahead of the game. Then, assess the condition of your coin. Look for signs of wear, discoloration, or damage. A well-preserved coin in great condition can make a huge difference in its value. Once you've checked these factors, it's a good idea to get your coin graded by a professional service. Companies like PCGS or NGC provide reliable and reputable grading that will give your coin an official grade, and that's crucial if you want to sell it for its maximum value. Professional grading also guarantees that your coin is authentic, which is important in the world of numismatics, where counterfeits and forgeries can sometimes slip through the cracks. Now, you might be wondering, is it worth it to get a coin like this graded? The short answer is, yes, if you suspect it's valuable. Grading isn't cheap, it can cost anywhere from $15 to $50 or more, depending on the service and the coin's value. But, if you've got a high-grade 1954 S. Jefferson nickel, that small upfront cost could lead to a substantial return on your investment. One thing that really drives up the price of coins like the 1954 S is the rarity factor. Some years and mint marks are simply more rare than others, and that scarcity plays a major role in determining value. When fewer coins are available in good condition, collectors will pay a premium to add them to their collections. The 1954 S is one of those rare, hard-to-find coins, and that's why its value has been steadily increasing over the years. So, whether you have a 1954 S. Jefferson nickel stashed away in your collection, or you're just starting your journey into coin collecting, knowing the history and value of these coins can make all the difference when it comes to finding hidden treasures. The 1954 Jefferson nickel might seem ordinary at first glance, but it's a reminder that there are gems out there, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the 1954 Jefferson nickel, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below to share your thoughts or ask any questions. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.